everybody, and welcome to Faulty Apprentice. I'm going to move my water out of the way so that it's not in my way anymore, and we are going to jump right into Faulty Apprentice. Now, this is a game that I found on itch.io, and I am very interested in the game, mostly because the art caught my eye. I really enjoy games with good art, and the story sounds kind of interesting too, so let's go ahead and jump right into a new game. Now, I believe this is just the demo, so this is just Prelude Act 1, Girl of My Nightmares. So, what's your name, stranger? Oh, okay, I literally have to type in my name. I'm a Flogger. Ah, Flog is a strong and powerful name. Sure, whatever. You might be the one that you might be just the one I'm looking for. Come find me at the castle, and I promise all that you would desire shall be yours. I'll be waiting for you. Well, I'll tell you what. I gave her the right voice. Sultry and seductive. Duh! That was a weird dream. I must have overslept. It's already midday. Oh, hey, look at that! I didn't get lost after all! That's Stars Reach Castle up there. My last hope to find an apprenticeship. As you continue down the road, you begin to notice the number of people is growing. Not only that, they have all frightened expressions and are walking in the opposite direction. Okay, well, I guess I'll ask. Everyone seems too preoccupied to answer. Okay. Huh? What in the seven hells? Not looking where you're walking, you trip over something. An old barefoot with a sandal lazily hanging off is stretched out in the shade of a large pine tree. And all of a sudden, weird, synthy 80s pop music started playing. You don't know what the fuck is going on. And that's correct, because this is insane. Looking at the source of the leg, you see an old man with a long white beard being constricted by the tree roots. It's hard to see into the shadow with the bright sun. Will you wait for your eyes to adjust, or rush towards the old man? Let's rush in. Diving headfirst towards the old man and grabbing the two biggest tree roots, you make a shocking revelation. These aren't tree roots at all. It's just a bunch of bags and whatnot. It's not that he looks homeless, but there is a bit of unkempt nature to him. After getting bored of connecting which strap goes to what bag, you notice the old man is wearing a pointy hat. As a former scriptorium apprentice, you can tell by the shape of his hat that means he's a wizard! Okay. An enchanter wears a pointed hat that drapes down to one side, or behind the wearer, similar to a nightcap. It keeps the hair out of the eyes while reading and writing in ancient runes. Sorcerers wear tall pointy hats for some internal ranking system, but we all know it's because they love to be the center of attention. Since their magic is a birthright, they can be a little snooty and heavily value their traditional attire. And everyone knows warlocks wear hoods. Thanks for the explanation. The wizard hat, although slightly pointy at the top, the brim is enlarged to make it more practical for traveling. Also, so that you can more easily cosplay as Gandalf, the Great Wizard. You always imagine Wizard to be grand and sophisticated, real classy-like. Maybe he's just a homeless person after all. It was kind of silly to even consider it. Huh? A piece of paper, half sticking out of one of the worn leather bags, catches your eye as it begins to flutter in the wind. Let's reach for that paper. You slowly pull the paper from his bag without disturbing his slumber. The Wet Tunic Contest. Saturday, the next full moon is... you know what? That sounds fantastic. Wet Tunic Contest? Ah, I see you're interested in the Wet Tunic Contest as well. The old man strokes his beard and begins scanning through the lines of people, mumbling to himself. That's most likely where all these folk are going. We should get going as soon as possible to get good seats. You look around to see nothing but grim and frightened expressions. I don't think so. You get the distinct impression that the old man is not listening to you. Precisely. Great minds think alike, you know. It is a pleasure to finally meet you, Flog. I am the great wizard Durandal. You know me? Of course I know you. We are going to do so much, and it all started right here. Or starts here for you, I suppose. Such a brave lad. Good heavens me, I haven't told you what I'm about to ask you yet, have I? You see, the thing is, I was prepared to set off on an adventure of magic, maidens, monsters, and the usual mayhem, but ran into a bit of a snag. Wait, let me find the original wording. When it comes to the future, you can never be too careful. The wizard begins rummaging through his bags, pulling out scrolls and books. Eventually, an awkward amount of time passes. Confiscate these scrolls? What good is knowledge of the future if you can't find the bloody notes? Blast it all! There was a grand recruitment speech written down, but I seem to have misplaced the damn thing. Now I'm not in the mood anymore. I need your help delivering an important message, something about the fate of the kingdom, maybe even the world. You interested? Is this old man really a magician? And did he just say he could see the future? Saying yes to an adventure always seemed like an easy choice in the scroll books, but now that it's actually happening, I don't know what to do. Should I go with this homeless man? I mean, wizard on an adventure? You know what? Fine, let's go. Marvelous! I could tell there was something special about you. The wizard smiles and nods with a proud expression, as if you just accomplished a great task. Before you had a chance to ask about the adventure, the wizard thrusts a wax-sealed scroll into your hand. Deliver this letter to the castle for me, post haste. They seem to be having a situation, but I have important business elsewhere. You understand? Those tunics aren't going to wet themselves after all! Ho ho ho! Or is it get themselves wet? Matters not! Good luck, old friend! As the wizard begins walking in the opposite direction of the castle, all your hopes of adventure are dashed away. You remember that you are not special, and nothing special will ever happen to you. Looking at the wizard's letter, you mumble to yourself, I suck, wizards suck, adventure, wizards suck. As if he could hear you, the wizard halts in his step and begins walking back toward you. There, apprentice, you need not worry. I'll bring you back a souvenir or something. The wizard bids you farewell and joins the lines of people marching away from the castle. Before getting back on the road, you take a moment to inspect the sealed wax scroll. You know what? We're gonna put that back in my pocket without understanding what the old wizard meant, who this letter was for, or what to expect when you arrive. You put the scroll back into your pocket and resume the long walk to the castle. I mean, it just seems like a good idea. Prelude Act 2, not so warm welcome. That makes sense. Now that the castle gates are in sight, it's a good time to take a break and grab a drink from the stream. After all, that wizard was getting extremely odd, so you are not sure what to expect once you approach the gates. There's an easy way down to the river here. I should get a drink while I can. The stream water tastes nice and cold, but before you can savor the refreshing taste, something catches your eye. From under the bridge, 3 small figures with ragged clothing hobble out. Even though you have never seen them in real life, they are unmistakably goblins! The goblins left behind some crude weapons, a bone bow, a rusty short sword, and a twig that looks like a wand. If you pick up a weapon, there is an opportunity to attack before the goblins before they notice you. Okay. Which weapon will you choose to attack? Well, first of all, I love me a bow and arrow, so we're gonna grab that. You pick up the bone bow. Looks like the goblins have fashioned a crude bow from the rib bone of some large beast. You knock an arrow and give a test pull on the bowstring. Feels like it could snap at any second, but it will have to do. Alright, equip that weapon. Am I gonna have to fight? You have equipped the bone bow. One of the goblins has fallen behind the others and looks like your best target. Ready, aim, fire! The bowstring slaps your wrist and the arrow flings awkwardly into the air before it skids past the goblin you were aiming for. Huh? The goblin spins around and holds his shield up to his eye level as he calls out to the others. There's a man boy attack from behind! You some may go man boy dead, we opens gate. First of all, why are they talking like Jar Jar Binks? Why are they talking like... Yep. The goblin bangs on his shield twice in sync with his response to the raid leader. You man boy should be gone. Now you be killed dead. The goblin starts charging toward you, keeping his shield up and his sword pointing toward you like a lance. Say bye-bye to Neckhead. The goblin is right on top of you now. He winds up for a big swing when you notice a twinkle in the sky. From nothing. Oh, and his eyeball popped directly out of his head as a shard of ice just went ahead and attacked him, but for some reason I turned a little more Irish than I expected. What the? Is that ice? The goblins have been replaced by a gigantic upside-down icicles sprouting out of the ground. Just as you think it almost looks beautiful, you are snapped back to reality by a cold burning in your lungs. Check the area. Anyone carrying a weapon is considered hostile. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Really? Do I have to do like 7 different voices? The castle guards are searching the area. I probably should call out so that they don't, like, kill me. Help! I'm over here! You notice you are still clutching the bone bow and throw it out of your hands. Help! I'm over here! You there, stay where you are. Huh? What's up with these guards? The guard points a tremendously long lance toward you as 2 other guards appear out of the mist at either side of you. Commander, we've got one over here. The mist begins to swirl as the form of a female knight with long hair, and a glowing azure sword begins walking toward you. Waving her sword as if drawing an invisible line in the ground, the snowy fog is dispersed with a gust of wind. Oh god, she gives you a size-up glance before locking eyes with you. Why have you not evacuated with the other villagers? I have a letter. Search him. Yes, ma'am. The guard grabs you roughly and begins to pat you down. Is this where the game takes a weird turn? She reaches into your pockets and pulls out the letter to the scroll the old man gave you to deliver. Before she removes her hand from you, another guard comes up to you from the other side and grabs your penis. No, don't try anything funny there, sugar. You won't want to get hurt now. He was carrying this. The guard hands over the scroll and falls back in line with the others. The woman in giant shiny armor keeps her icy gaze focused on you as she peels open the scroll. She looks down at the scroll. Wet tunic contest. You feel your face go beet red from embarrassment. This other scroll carries the seal of Durandal. The commander breaks the wax seal, and you see her eyes run back and forth over the scroll. Is this letter true? Yes. Very well. If these are the wizard's instructions, so be it. Durandal was forced to leave on urgent business elsewhere and has left us his new apprentice. It's true. He left through the west gate early this morning. He was in an exceptionally good mood, saying something like, a dream come true. The news seemed to be quite a shock, because all the guards started to murmur amongst themselves. Suddenly you are hit with a pulse of cold air as the commander shoves her sword into the ground. Alright, calm yourselves. Whether it was the cold blast or feeling of terror this woman provokes, you find yourself snapping to attention as well. Durandal would not leave us in our time of need unless he had a very good reason. He understands what's at stake here. We all do. But we don't have time to waste. God, take 2 squads and do a final sweep over the village. Right away, Commander. The rest of you can go back to your stations. I need a few more words with our new guest. The commander sheathes her sword and takes 2 steps toward you. And that's where I'm going to pause. Anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me. This is Faulty Apprentice. I am Flog. And are you gaming? Well, you should be. So get out there, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, and of course subscribe. Bye-bye, everybody. I can't see in the dark.